we discussed a group of women serving in Congress labeled the Squad, who support various anti-American socialist concepts and policies. Now, in response to my column, I received a long, exhaustive email in support of the Squad while excoriating my supposed hateful narrow-mindedness.
This week we want to take you into the mindset of a leftist as we share his un-American view. His philosophy of government is a direct contradiction to the America our founders fought to establish.
Everything you're saying about the 4 congresswomen is absolutely false. The things they advocate are not only good for America, but absolutely necessary to preserve this country. There's absolutely nothing socialist about the policies of the Democratic Party.
Number 1, he states it is absolutely essential for Americans to be able to earn a living wage. Laws against this are totally un-American and totally unconstitutional.
K through 16 public education. This is absolutely necessary for America if we are to remain competitive in the global economy. A college education is simply too expensive for young Americans. To deny them the financial help they need to do this can only be shooting America in the foot.
If Americans cannot earn a good living and have good benefits, and there is no help for them, this will cause mass poverty, unemployment, and chaos in America, and our entire economy would collapse. The writer then says, you know and understand absolutely nothing about our Constitution. The Constitution is whatever you and those with the same views say it is, not what it really is.
It is absolutely imperative for America to have good sources of energy other than coal, etc. A Green New Deal is not only essential, but entirely feasible. The U.S. government has been criminally negligent in failing to address the disaster situation in Flint, Michigan, and other American cities. The U.S. government must protect the American people from such disasters, or it has absolutely no right to exist. The Trump administration's immigration policies are absolutely criminal, and Trump is guilty of crimes against humanity.
The writer then agrees with Cortez and says, yes, we do have concentration camps at the southern border. The Democrats and the Squad do not advocate open borders. All they are asking for is a humane treatment of people coming across our border, and I add illegally.
No one in the Democratic Party advocates allowing infants who survived botched abortions to die. No one in the Democratic Party advocates women and doctors allowing born infants to die merely because they do not want them to live.
The writer adds, anti-choicers like you could care less if poor women who give birth to children starve and die in the streets along with their children. This is not only totally un-Christian, but also monstrously hypocritical.
Condemn Antifa? Antifa never attacks innocent people. Who are the real terrorists? They are neither evil nor dangerous. Right-wing extremist groups are evil and dangerous.
In the conclusion of the letter, he states, I, for one, would not want to live in the kind of America right-wing extremist evangelical Christians advocate. There would be no freedom at all. Well, if this leftist fears the loss of freedom, he would do well to consider the warning of Founding Father James Madison.
If Congress can employ money indefinitely for the general welfare, and are the sole and supreme judges of the general welfare, they may take the care of religion into their own hands. They may take into their own hands the education of children, the establishing in like manner schools throughout the Union. They may assume the provision of the poor. Were the power of Congress to be established in the latitude contended for, it would subvert the very foundations and transmute the very nature of the limited government established by the people of America.
Well, I prefer the liberty established by the brilliance of our far-sighted founders to the disastrous, short-sighted ignorance of socialism. This is Jake MacAulay
and Dominic MacAulay
with the Institute on the Constitution, bringing you the American View.